Hi friends, how are you? I hope you're having an absolutely healthy day. This video will be on what foods to eat that have the highest amount of promoting health. And so this is really simple. It can get a little complicated, but just to simplify it, anything that has artificial ingredients, artificial colors, artificial sweeteners, artificial sugars, you got to look each one of these up first and foremost, because when you do, you'll realize how bad they are, and you'll realize that by eating that, you're practically eating poison. As a matter of fact, one of the ingredients called aspartame was supposedly found in rat poison. So that's how bad some of these things can be, and aspartame is found on the majority of all chewing gum. Actually, when I go to the store, I got to the store and looked at every single chewing gum label, and they all have aspartame or sucrose. I believe that there's a couple of names for aspartame. If you look it up, I believe that's one of them. But it was so bad that they even changed the name. So another ingredient that I just don't feel comfortable with personally is natural flavor. Why is natural flavor so of a broad description? Why is it not specific? Why isn't it the natural flavor of cinnamon, the natural flavor of something? But why can't it just be the actual source that is labeled, instead of it being just so generic that could be just about anything that's occurring in the world that could be deemed natural? So I completely don't like that. And though I might have a couple tasters here and there, especially when you go to functions and so forth, where there's a lot of natural flavors in the foods that are provided to you, and you're hungry and you're just trying to have a good time, you're like, forget about it, right? But you know, for the most part, those are the things that you truly want to avoid. Now, one of the things that I found is enriched bleached wheat with all that gluten is not good for you, with all that GMO wheat. So I highly recommend to stay away from wheat. And if you do take wheat, I do actually eat wheat, but I try to do it on a more limited basis, and it's sprouted wheat. And sprouted is actually a big distinction because it doesn't have the anti-nutrients in it. So it just so happens that a lot of foods like chia seeds, like beans, like lentils, that actually have this anti-nutrients, and if you let it soak for 24 hours and then wash it and drain the water out, you will drain that anti-nutrients, and this anti-nutrients actually strips the nutrients from your body. So yes, it's important. So another one, of course, is eating organic whole foods. You know, the more vegetables, the more organic foods that you eat that have less chemicals, obviously are going to be better for you. But there's a couple little things here like that you can miss. Like I found that yogurt is actually something that's really good for you. I've read some books on longevity that by some people that are very intelligent. I think his name was Scott Ravers, that talked about the secrets to a long lifetime, who also wrote a book called Associated Remote Viewing for the Stock Market. He wrote, like, I don't remember, probably like 12 books. I bought most of them actually, probably like more like, gosh, like 20 books. I probably bought like 12 of them. So he's a brilliant human mind, and so he wrote about the yogurt and some of the benefits, just because of the most of the problems actually start in the gut, start in your stomach, due to improper digestion of foods, due to gluten or meats or artificial colors that don't really digest well in the system. And you need that probiotic. Without that probiotic, we die. So it's extremely essential that we have it. And so kombucha is another one of them, and it's that balance and that diversity of what you need. I found that red meat also is not that great for you, really. You still need certain things that meat has, but you can get away with it if you know how to balance out the nutrition that you need to make sure that you don't miss out on certain essential vitamins and minerals that you still need to have. So if you just said, you know what, I'm just going to be vegan now, I'm just going to be vegetarian, I would just highly encourage you to make sure that you do your research, so you find out the common vitamin deficiencies of people that are vegan. the people that are vegetarian, because there are actually common deficiencies in that. So I highly recommend for you to check that out. And also, I think another one is don't eat so much at night, you know. Just try to eat a few hours before you go to bed so you don't feel that level of discomfort when you go to bed. Because if you have that level of discomfort, it's not good for your body. Your body's working way too hard, way too much to be able to digest the food. And it's going to be much better for you if you don't do that. And so I hope that helps. Also, GMO corn is said to be not good for you at all. Unfortunately, they say 90% of the corn is GMO, so I would stay away from that. The tortillas that I make and I eat are all completely organic, and you know, I find it a lot more tasty, better, and healthy wise. And the reason that you want to do these things is because, you know, you want to be able to be in that ultimate state of brain function, that best possible state that you can, to be able to have the best quality of life that you can. And if you are being held back and you feel lethargic because of these foods, it could be a fact that they actually are doing that. And so I would highly recommend for you to do some research on that further, to be able to find the benefits of like chia seeds and pumpkin seeds and flax seeds that are some of the top seeds, goji berries, spinach and kale, broccoli and yogurt, kombucha. And there's just so many foods. It goes right down the line of the foods that you can integrate. One of the things that I found too is that one of the things that Edgar Cayce talked about is being able to kind of diversify whether it's a water-based food or a starch-based food or a meat that has the protein. You want to have a balanced diversification in that. You don't want to eat pasta multiple times a day with bread. You know, imagine all that wheat going into your body too. You know, the wheat, really, when you look at it, has practically no nutrition. All it does is that when something goes into your stomach, it tells your neurons in your brain that you have food, it's good, you don't have to keep eating, we're full, we got a full tank now, right? That's kind of how the body operates. But in reality, it's not about just eating to get full. Actually, it's about eating to have the proper nutrition, so the body of full electricity that you have can completely circulate. One of the biggest problems in this day and age is lack of circulation in the blood, lack of oxygen, and this really comes, I believe, from lack of the proper foods and exercise and the proper mind. So I hope that you got something from this. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a spectacular day. Take care.